Well, today is August 22nd, I believe. It's Tuesday. And it's 1 year later. As you can go to the Mid-South Model Railroad Club and look at some of the pictures from the parking lot. The building across the street caught on fire during the flood, and it's been removed. And things have changed. That which was rented out to I can't remember the name of the company that had displays and stores. They're really not in business, but that's completely emptied and they're gone. Our friend next door had to completely redo his. This is his car. This thing went underwater. And B's still empty, and Suite B is still empty, and Suite A in the front still empty. And the plumber's fixed up there is over there. So all the people are got a couple empty suites around here, and we've moved on. So today we're going to bring you up to date where the club is. One brand new increased sized air conditioner. Now we get a cool front office. So that's where it is. Looks like we need to do something on the window here. But this is the completed, renovated office. Crew lounge. Dispatcher. Got our computer back. It didn't get wet, so that's it. But the desk went, and this is all new, custom-made, fancy desk. Formica top, the whole bit. We now have a custom-built bookshelf in the where the window was before, and the window outlet. So we have a chair rail. We have nice new fixed-up windows. Walls. I guess we're going to have to get some of our pictures back. I think somebody missed painting in the corner. And we have a wall here. We have painted gray, and we're going to put the Mid-South logo on the wall. I don't have a time frame, but it's going to happen. And of course, we still have what they're doing here now with the end of this is we're really kind of getting down to the end. We've been working on finishing up the stuff in the layout room, which I'll point out to you in a minute. So, some of the tools. Got a new refrigerator. That went under, so we had to get a new one. That cabinet went under, but it was new, and whoever, Jamie, past member, had built it, and he made it out of nice, good wood, so we got in here, got it out, dried it out, and it was solid plywood, so it stood up very well. So we got all our stuff back in place for the coffee. Got a new door frame and a new door here. Now this is where it gets interesting. The biggest problem we had, one of the major problems in this, was the flooring. It was just the carpet squares were stuck on with glue. The carpet squares came out real easy, but the glue stayed. Well, believe me, battle after battle after battle. We finally got most of the glue off the floor. It was painted gray. And then we put the tiles down. These are the interlocking tiles. And I'll see if I can come up with one. You can see right there how they interlock. And they're about a ½ inch thick, and I can tell you I'm walking on them and they're nice and spongy. So for all us old guys with the weak knees and bad legs and joints, it'll be nice. So next is put baseboards around the bottom to kind of hold this in place, to lock it in, and we'll put baseboards, and they've even covered up the, you can see where they're putting the masonite back around the supports. Even worked in some shelving here. I'm impressed. Haven't been here in a while since they're working on this, but now we have shelving in here. So we'll get the paintbrush out, paint all the edges black there, fix it up. and we'll do it. Got a node here. I think that was the last node that we're working on. It needs to be hooked up. So there it is. So all this has been done. Now we're into the process of cleaning cars, cleaning track, cleaning wheels. The layout, of course, being sitting here for over a year. We need to get something done. I'm gonna stop here and check something. So anyway, we're in the process of cleaning cars, cleaning track, and the like. To use into the get the layout back in operation. Our plans are to operate in the month of September, and all the equipment in here that you see here, the control system, that's all been tested. It all works. Don't ever throw anything away. As long as the units went under fresh water, this was fresh water that got into. Some of this stuff here got underwater. This was completely underwater. Some of it. So don't throw them away. Take them apart, open them up. You know, we removed the chips and sprayed them and cleaned them, put them back on the boards. Don't try to wash or clean the inside of the unit. Just get it good and dry. Make sure it's all dried out and the chips and stuff, the pins are all making good contact before you turn it back on. Now, we do have to do something here. This is kind of a workbench area. It had a desk in it. Don't know exactly what the gang's plan here is. We'll do something in it. We'll probably try to build something custom built in there. We even got the pad in the underneath the big helix here. This is Boyce lumber up on top, and that's kind of a place where we put our stuff. Oh, look at this. A new air conditioner. We had two of these old ones, and they both got filled up with water, and for a lot of hygiene reasons, we decided to get new ones. So they went out and did get the air conditioners. We did have insurance, and it was a marine policy, so the flood was covered under we had the NMRA insurance for the layout, and so some of those items and stuff were covered. We did end up getting about $9,000 for what's covered. Now, water never got to the bottom of the layout. It was mainly all the stuff underneath. So from that standpoint, you know, there was what you see as far as the layout did not get water into it. It was about 27 inches of water in here at its highest point. Some of the building was a little less than others. But you can see all the flooring's in. I'll throw out. We're going to come in and put a baseboard around the bottom, paint it, and that should finish most of this. They were working on the electronic system. This was the last part of the CTC system being put in before the flood. So, you know, we got to get back on that, and Casey and his son and some of the other people are going to have to get that finished. This is the Mid-South Model Railroad Club on August the 22nd, 2017, 1 year after the flood. And people, you don't want to go through this. I've done Katrina. I start in 1947 with the 1947 hurricane. House I grew up in, had 2 feet of water with that one. The house was sold in 1966. This was in New Orleans, in the lowest part of New Orleans. In 1985, it had 4 feet of water in it. 1995, it had 6 feet of water. Those are both rain events. Then Katrina in 2005 filled it up with 9 feet of water. You really, and I've dealt with the sheet rocks and water, you don't want to deal with this. You know, people start figuring out where you're going to be, where you're going to live, and where you don't. The activity that flooded this building was a rain event. They're saying 18 inches of rain fell in a very few. Okay, I'm going to have to continue this on with the different recording device. My camera kind of went out there. So again, this is West Wego, Avondale at the bottom, and up top you have Boyce Yard, the KCS interchange, and all kind of neat spots up here. But you know, as I said, 1 year later, the Mid-South Model Railroad Club flooring's in. This was boxed in underneath here. I don't know what their plans are. Me, I think we ought to just paint the legs black, and we'll do it. Things, but we gotta get some panels, some electrical cover plates, and some black paint out. Finish touching up the walls here, and we'll be all set up and back in business. Texarkana and Red River, Pleasant Hill. So this is Ajax Refinery, Mr. Tomcat Kelly's personal long-term project. And again, we'll get the desk back in here of some sort. Don't know what the plan is. This is Addis, Port of Baton Rouge, Port Allen. This is, you know, intercoastal waterway down at the end of the Rome. Verity and the branch line up here. So, slowly but surely we're getting there. All our NCE system. Gotta kind of dust things off. Get it all, but it's all been rebuilt. That's the new setup. That's all working. It's the biggest thing is the flooring. Nice, spongy, soft flooring. I think we'll have to rehang the B-52 over here in the corner by Barksdale. It flew up in the corner for years, but we had to repaint that old wall, so they took it down. So, got our shelving in here. We need to put something in the front. So, the new addition here, we redid Shreveport, and that was kind of where we were at when the tide rose. And they were kind of got this all worked out, and we're putting in the CTC and all that right into this area when the flood hit. So, I have to get in here. We'll have to finish the detail here, get back onto the important things. So, there it is. In fact, actually, good example. Prototypical operation here on CTC, not put in yet. Signals are turned, so they're not operating yet. We're going to be prototypical. All right, so we come back in here. This is the finished, for all intents and purposes. The office is finished. Nice new floor. They got this set up. They've been doing some cutting and stuff in here. We got a little bit more molding to put up. Well, I got a lot more in the other rooms, but all the new cabinet where the window was before, somebody has now come in and built a cabinet. First class there. And we have a nice new opening for our air conditioner. It's double the size of the old one. It actually gets things cold. And of course, a whole new desk cabinets. Those are pre-built cabinets from, I don't know, I guess Home Depot or Lowe's. I don't know which one they got them from. And then they put a desktop on it. And we're going to have a program track up here to work on. This actually right here is a separate system to run the program on. So somebody's knocking at the door.